The doe treaded on damp earth, stopping to chew at a patch of decaying briars. Kime watched from behind the trees, amber eyes blazing. The doe did not hear the soft rustle of fabric as he began to unbutton his shirt, preparing for the shift that would allow him to release his pent-up anger and frustration into his prey's flesh. He could be quick. Tonight, he would not play with his food, would not let it run before recapturing it between his powerful jaws. There was no time for that. He would be quick, and he would be done before anyone noticed he was gone. He let his shirt fall to the forest floor. He would ambush the wayward prey. He would sink his teeth deep until he felt the satisfying crunch of bone and tasted the delicious gush of blood as it flowed over his tongue and down his throat. The sound of footsteps made him freeze as he was unfastening his pants. He recognized the smell of ash. A low growl tore from his chest. Picking up on the sound, the doe went rigid. Then she was gone, bounding off into the dark foliage. His wolf fought the urge to give chase. "Put your clothes on," Ash ordered. "The pack is taking care of the hunting for us tonight." Kime turned to face him. Folding muscled arms across his bare chest, he lifted one foot and brought it down on his shirt. He stamped it into the mud, glaring defiantly at the other alpha. Ash mirrored his pose, though his own eyes held no contempt. It was for that reason that Kime was the first to yield. He looked away, giving a brief incline of his head. "You can't meet her half naked, she'll think you're some kind of savage." Kime scowled. "I am a wolf, and I have no interest in meeting her." This was only partially true. He was interested in meeting her, but it was purely a morbid fascination. He was very interested in meeting the human female who sought to tear apart his pack and enslave him with her body. He would make sure she understood that despite the power her feminine cycle had over him, she would always be below her alpha. Ash cleared the distance between them, coming to stand in front of Kime. He reached out and placed a hand on the back of Kime's neck. The other alpha was the only male who had license to touch him in such a vulnerable place. He was asking for Kime's trust. "You want to talk about it yet?" Kime considered this. He liked to think of himself as an uncomplicated wolf. He enjoyed hunting and eating and rutting and sleeping. His position as alpha allowed him to do all of these things gratuitously, as no one, not even Ash, interfered with his tireless pursuit of pleasure. Every now and then, though, the disdainful part of him that was human surfaced, and his mind was flooded with worthless emotions: regret, guilt, sadness, and dread. These were not things that a wolf should concern himself with, and they were certainly not suited for the mind of an alpha. The very few times in his life when he had felt those disturbing emotions, Kime had turned to Ash. After a decade of training and sparring, the other alpha was quite nearly Kime's equal in power and in skill, though he believed that Ash's human upbringing held him back from his full potential. But it was Ash's deep understanding of human emotion that made him an invaluable ally. The older male had a way of putting things into perspective for Kime, and because of the long-forged bonds of trust between them, there was nothing he could not confide in Ash. Nothing except for this.